Good evening, guys, and happy Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces. So guys, today my dad was actually home this morning from work. He had to go, I think, for like a meeting thing or something like that at, I don't know, I think he left, I think it was maybe at 11 o'clock or something like that. I think he left at like 9:30 maybe or something. I woke up, or no, maybe he left around 10 or 10:30. But I ended up actually getting up, I think 9 o'clock or 9:30 or something like that. So I wasn't up super early. I wasn't up as early as Monday, and I didn't sleep in as late as I did yesterday, so I felt like it was actually sort of right in the middle. But I did go to bed really late last night, probably the latest I did it all during the week, so the fact that I still actually woke up somewhat early I was sort of surprised about. And it's honestly like still super early right now, and I'm gonna take a shower and get to bed. Like honestly, this is normally the time Jack goes to bed, like when he goes to school. so that he can be up for school, and sometimes he even goes to bed later, so I'm like, I'm probably pretty good. Like trying to go to bed right now, but I think I'm tired because, like I said, I didn't get probably as much sleep because I did wind up going to bed so late last night and still woke up somewhat early. But my dad was home, like I said, earlier this morning, so it was sort of like, I don't know, not through my morning schedule off really all that much, and he wasn't up for like, you know, he wasn't here for that long in the morning, but he ended up like taking Jack to school. The thing that stunk was he said, because he was like falling asleep out in the living room today. Like we were watching the Bulls and the Hawks game. My mom was like, how could you possibly be tired? Like, you gotta sleep in. Like, normally my dad gets up at like 3 a.m. to like, you know, get ready for work and stuff like that, but today he got to sleep in. He could sleep in practically till like 8 o'clock. Well, probably earlier than that. He probably at least had to be up by like 7 to take Jack to school, but still, considering that's like an extra 4 hours of sleep that he normally wouldn't get. So my mom was like, how are you tired? Like, how did you, you know, like you got extra sleep tonight? And he was like, I woke up at 3 o'clock and could fall back asleep. Like, that's what I'm talking about, guys, is that our bodies are so wired to be on a schedule. Like, that's the thing too, is that like my dad is, you know, again, it's Monday through Friday, he is up at the same time every day. It doesn't matter, like if he has a meeting and he doesn't have to be in and he doesn't have to be up until a certain time, like he is still awake at that time. He was like, and he said he couldn't fall back asleep, but on the weekends he can sleep in, like, and he normally does wind up sleeping in a little bit later on the weekends. So honestly, that's why I told you guys, like, my sleep schedule gets so bad because, you know, like my internal clock, it's wired is to, again, like if this is the time I normally wake up, this is the time I'm gonna wake up regardless of what time I go to bed or whatever, you know. So again, I have to start breaking that cycle. And it's the same thing too with, like, you know, when you start going to bed at a certain time every single night, like your body is just sort of like, what are we still doing awake if you wind up staying up past your bedtime? You know, because if you do have a routine where you constantly are doing that, then again, there's a lot of times for a lot of people that is like their internal body clock is like off then because you you know, decided you were going to change it on your own free will, and something is going, no, this doesn't seem right. Like, you know, again, trying to break a sleep cycle of sleeping in really late like me and trying to actually get up early is like, this is impossible. This is never going to happen. So, yeah, anyways, guys, like I said, ended up getting up somewhat early today. And I have been loving having my mornings back again because I just feel so productive in the mornings. And I actually was able to still get a lot done today. Although I was tired, I did do dishes and laundry. I edited and uploaded today, and I am almost caught up. I'm just like, I honestly am less than a week behind. I think I'm like 4 or 5 days or something like that as of right now, or maybe even less than that I edited. I think I edited like Sunday's vlog maybe even. So, no, I think I'm like 3 days behind right now. But like I said, I am almost all caught up. The scheduling wise, they should be, like I said, probably caught up maybe by next week or so. But that is awesome that I am almost, like I said, caught up with that. And I've been really pushing to try and get, you know, those videos all done and edited. And on top of that too, I also ended up making those freezer dinners from the meat that I got on Saturday. I got those chuck pot roast, and I also ended up getting that package of chicken breasts, which I had, there were 4 chicken breasts in there, so I ended up doing 4 pasta chickens, and I ended up doing 4 the pot roast I cut in half, so I did about 1.5 pounds per package. And we ended up I did 4 like pot roast, which I will just add add the vegetables separate, just because potatoes do not freeze well at all, and even carrots a little bit are a little bit weird. I think because like the potatoes, I think is maybe because of the starch or something like that, and I feel like the carrots are a little bit similar. Sometimes they don't freeze that awesome because it does need to cook longer anyway. I don't want to have the vegetables like overcooked while the meat is still frozen, because I'm freezing the meat along with the seasonings and in like the broth. So I'm going to do that, but then like after maybe like halfway through or maybe a little bit less than that of the cook time, add the vegetables to it. So that's just what I wrote on the ingredients, or the like, you know, on the package to do. And most of the time when I do that kind of stuff, I sort of am like weary of that. So that's not a completely dump dinner, because again, I can't completely leave it and then come back to it halfway through cooking. I'm gonna have to go and add this stuff to it again. But that's the same too, like for dinner tomorrow, we're going to I'm gonna do the chicken, ginger peach chicken, and that too, because I use frozen peaches for it, they cook really quick, so I normally only add them to like the last hour or so when they're cooking. Because if not, the frozen chicken breast is like super, you know, is like done by the time the peaches have like completely like just like disintegrated because they've been so overcooked. So like I said, that's just learning the recipe and knowing how to balance it a little bit. So like I said, while I do these like dump dinners and freezer dinners and stuff like that and pre-making them, sometimes I can add all of the vegetables together, and at other times I do wind up, like I said, freezing. Sometimes I won't freeze all the vegetables, especially depending on the meat, or like, you know, if I diced it up, and it won't take it quite as long to like cook or whatever. But because it is like a pot roast, it's going to take probably a while to cook even in the slow cooker. So that's why, like I said, I'm just going to add the vegetables and kind of gauge to see like how done is the meat look. Okay, if it's still got, you know, maybe instead of halfway through, add like, you know, like 3/4 of the way through or something like that, whatever. So I think after I get out of the shower though, I might real quick try and make the list for Valley Produce and Caputo's, because I sort of want to just get it out of the way real quick so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. We'll be going to the stores tomorrow, so again, if I happen to not wake up early, I don't want to not have it done. I actually sort of have already finished Jewel's. I already have an idea of sort of everything that's sort of the sales and things like that that are going on. However, it does look like there might be a couple meat deals going on. I still want to sort of see what else. It looks like I think either Jewel or Aldi had chicken breast on sale again, so I might do some more chicken breast. I'm not finding that $1.99 is still the best price, but again, because like we don't have any, like my mom right now, I don't have any frozen separate for her, so I might buy a pack maybe at Jewel and just freeze it, just like individual chicken breasts for her for when she needs them. So again, I'm not having to buy it when I don't find any sales on it, but actually seeing sales right now is giving me like some hope that it maybe will come down a little bit in price, you know, very soon, hopefully. But like I said, it's still, meat is a little bit at a higher end price right now. And so again, I'm just learning to sort of look for whatever sales I can find. But like I said, when we went through the freezer on Sunday or Saturday, whenever we ended up going through it, and I found all those freezer dinners out there and everything that I had made, and now I know what is in there and stuff like that, I was a little bit concerned before, because I was like, I don't know that we have like that many freezer dinners left, like I couldn't find any. And now I'm like, holy cow, we have a lot like still, and I don't need to be freaking out so much about some of them, and again, not having stuff. And I still actually have, I think, a bag of frozen chicken breast that's like 3 pounds or something like that of just frozen chicken breast that I could also use for like dinners or something like that. But anyways, like I said, I have some of that stuff too, to do in the freezers. Also too, guys, today my mom got me this cute sweater. She actually found it at a like, I don't know, Goodwill or something like that, and it was still new with the tags on it, but I think it's a Target brand, and I really love it. It's super, super soft. I didn't realize though, it has these like sort of nice big sleeves, which isn't too big of a deal. However, today I also made dinner tonight for I made mac and cheese for dinner, like a homemade dinner, just not like a dump dinner. And so like I said, I ended up doing that because we have that big like 2-pound brick of cheese in the fridge, and I was like, I want to use this, so I used a whole half of it, and I'll probably do it again next week as well, so I can use up all that cheese. So I was while I was making that today, and a little bit while I was making it, mainly when I was doing the dishes, these sleeves kept getting in my way. Like, you guys see that? Like, this would be like a really nice outfit for like if you were going like out to eat somewhere, or you know, maybe not even out to eat. I feel like they were getting in my way all the time. And it's so funny too, because back when I was in 2nd grade, I remember this, my mom ended up getting me some back to school clothes, and the style was having these really big sleeves, which is why, guys, I'm so like, the like early 2000s are coming back, and it's sort of terrifying me, because like, even though it has been 20 years, I feel like it was just like a blink of an eye, like, you know, and not even, it was really between like, I'd say like 10 years ago, really, you know, that this stuff sort of was, you know, phased out, maybe a little bit more than that. But anyways, this was when I was, like I said, I was in like 2nd grade, and these type of sleeves were very much in style. I loved these 2 shirts that I had. I remember it was like a red shirt, and then there was like a brown one too, and like the sleeves were like sort of different like colors. Like it had like a red sleeve, but then there was like a pattern or something like that on the shirt, and the brown was sort of the same too. It had like, it was like a pattern shirt, but then the sleeves were like brown, and like I said, they had these giant sort of sleeves, which, like I said, I don't mind, but it was just a huge pain today while I was trying to do the dishes. I kept getting them soaking wet, and I like couldn't wash my hands. I'm having to roll the sleeves up and like have them like giant like water wings almost on my arms, because of how much like sweater is there. So like I said, they're really cute. I really love the sweater. It's super soft, but I realized that it is not functional for like daily use. And like I said, trying to actually get things done, washing dishes, cooking, that kind of thing. So if there's a day where I have like not very much stuff going on, I decided to do a dump dinner and I'm not washing any dishes or, you know, whatever, then this would be totally functional. And like I said, really nice cute sweater, but I could not do it today. I was like, okay, I am sort of over these sleeves. But again, like I was saying, these were totally in. I remember they were like the big thing when I was in 2nd grade, and also probably maybe before or after it as well. But I just remember, like I said, when my mom bought me back to school clothes, I got 2 shirts that had sleeves like these, and I loved them. And my mom was always concerned. She was like, they're like a fire hazard, like you're gonna catch yourself on fire having those giant sleeves. Because I remember too, they were like really, like, I mean, way longer than this. Like this isn't really that bad, but they were like really crazy, like long. And like I said, my mom was like, you're gonna catch your arm on fire, like, you know, using the stove, or like, you know, if there's a candle burning or something like that, because you just sort of like fling them around, you have no clue where they're going or anything like that. I feel like the sweater's bad though, just because it has so much like weight to it, and so like I said, that's why they were a little all over the place today, and I feel like I definitely ended up getting them sort of dirty by the end of the day. So yeah, and I was also a little concerned too when I realized I was actually like cooking on the stove. I started going back a little bit to that thought process of like, I need to be really careful that while I'm stirring this cheese, I don't wind up like catching my sleeve on fire, because that would, you know, not be good. And my mom's already warned me about that when I was little. So anyways, guys, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.